Welcome back. If you're just joining, you are watching Daily Politics on Trust TV. Do well to follow the conversation across our social platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and watch us live on YouTube. As the 2027 political calculations intensify, with talks around coalition of opposition parties taking new dimension, presidential candidate of Labour Party in the 2023 election, Peter Obi, has debunked speculations that he is in the same pedestal with the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar. The camp of the former governor said such claim only exists in the imagination of those peddling the rumor. But how does this stand to allay the fears of his teeming supporters who remain anxious about their next political move? And joining us to unpack this development is Hussaini Ibrahim, a key political ally to the Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi. He joins us virtually from Kaduna. Welcome to the program. Hello? Yes, Hussaini, please can you unmute your mic? Yes.
Yeah, just documented myself.
Yes,
good evening and
to
thank you
program.
for having me. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Of course, and yes, I said the stories that broke today were that the first, Atiku has agreed to pick Peter Obi as his running mate in 2027 for just one term. That Atiku will only do one term, while Peter Obi will take up from there. But then, much later into the day, the stories emerged that Peter Obi said he wasn't actually privy to that. Can we now say you people are only maybe throwing kite at Nigerians to see how the reaction will be before you solidify the relationship?
No, actually, not really. If you look at the politics, is very dynamic. And there is a lot of people that have wishful thinking. Even the person that you quoted, that is known him, it's an organization, said that Atiku has offered. Who are they? Where is the name? You introduced me as an ally to Mr. Peter Obi. I'm here, I have a name, I have an address. People knows me, they know my face. So when you see a news and people take the news, put it on newspaper, who are those people? That's mean in the conversation supposed to start is that we name names. These are the people, this is the group, and headed by who? And you didn't even get the caption right. The caption, as they put it to us, is that Atiku offers. That means it offers a BP slot. That means I can come and offer you to be an MD of my company. It's your prerogative whether to accept or not to accept, whether to be part of it or not to be part of it. And anytime you hear somebody say that I make an offer, that means I have seen value to the person that you're making the offer to. And then the other person will sit down and now have a look. I think the people and the supporters of PDP and Atiku, they're supposed to have a little bit of respect for the obedient movement. And we went into Labour Party. We garnered almost 6 million votes allocated to us by INEC, which we know we have more than that if we have a full structure of agents that will protect our vote. I don't know if somebody anywhere in this country, apart from Buhari, can go out of a mainstream politics, mainstream political parties, and contest election and get more than 1 million votes. I think was there somewhere in ACN. How many votes did he get in 2007? Let's get history and put things the right way. We are not saying we are not doing it. Peter Obi has never said he's not on for the coalition. But thinking of whether he's going to be the main person on the ticket or he's going to be the vice presidential candidate to Atiku is not what we are discussing today. And he said it categorically clear to everybody that will listen that he is not desperate to be president of Nigeria. That's the words of Mr. Peter Obi. The second thing he said is that I'm not going to a coalition that will just collect power and hand it over to another person. I would rather be in a coalition that will stand for the people, for the good governance that we are praying for us to have. That's the statement we are trying to make. But any other person, we always tell them, the Peter Obedient movement and the Peter Obi people are not supposed to be held in jugular for the reason for the coalition for us to win the next election 2007 or to defeat the APC. The onus is already on the northern part of the country, because the North are the ones that gave the current administration 63.7% of the vote he used to become the president. So it's the North and the people that are selling the presidency of Atiku Abubakar, for example, supposed to show to the world and show to the southern part of the country, we are willing to at least take half of that 63% of the vote that we are given before. Then people will take you serious. Then you start to talk about who become his deputy or vice presidential candidate. That's how it works. But you are not putting your house in order. You don't even have a political party. Okay, he offered him vice presidential candidate on what platform? To do what? To achieve what?
This,
what do we put on the ground?
This perspective, yes, this perspective you are putting across is a bit problematic. I mean, where exactly does Peter Obi belongs? Is he willing to go into alliance with Atiku and
Very well. He is very willing to go into alliance. Very willing. And he has been going part of the meetings that we had. But what he is saying is that he is trying as much as possible to see if he will join a coalition that is going to work for Nigerians.
But how can you know that?
He said it happens before. People come on board, gather themselves, and get PDP out and give it to Buhari. He said, without forming a system that works for the Nigerians. And this is where we are today. That's why we want to change the APC. Because all the things that we accuse PDP of doing, all the things that we have seen that Nigeria is going at the wrong direction, and all the things that they have been doing, we said we are going to create a coalition which happened to come out as APC. We're supposed to have solved the problem of corruption. We're supposed to have solved the problem of INEC and other problems that we think are going to be in front of us. But today we are worse off of where we are before. So now if you want to do another coalition, every Nigerian will be worried. Is it just an elite gang up to remove another president just for themselves? Or just to create another set of people, just like the last APC that we are seeing? But the problem is that we have to be very clear to Nigerians, clear to everybody, that the reason for this coalition has to be stated out and clear for every Nigerians to know this is how we are going to change the system if we put on so-so person and so-so person as the head of this coalition for us to wrestle this power from APC. And this is going to be this is going to be the short term, and this is going to be the long term. That's how coalition work, so that we will not keep on repeating the same mistake and expecting a different result.
But in the event Atiku and his associates, roll out their blueprint, which maybe appears to be convincing, do you foresee Peter Obi accepting to be the vice presidential candidate?
I think you are mixing the political calculation here.
Okay.
The political calculation is not the blueprint.
Okay.
What we want to see coming from the North is that the North is so angry that they want to take back that 6.3 million votes that they gave to Tinubu to become president and put it somewhere to somebody. As of today, we have not seen it. But we know our vote that was allocated to us by INEC of 6 million or so is already there. Those people are already there waiting for 2027. What we need and what we are doing currently today is that how can we market our product so that the things we are telling about people will see it clearly. Let me give you an example. I always have this conversation with Mr. Peter Obi. He said, Ibrahim, do you know why I'm always going to School of Nonsense and donating money to School of Nonsense? I said, why? He said, because I don't want to come in as a president and get confused. One of the things I realized is that I have to do what is called move Nigeria from consumption to production. It's only healthy people that can do production. Sick people cannot do production. So we need knowledge, which is education and also health. I'm planning to see how I'm going to revive all the primary health centers, at least put 3 nurses there. So if I'm thinking of that, I have to start thinking of what the foundation is going to be before I become a presidential candidate. Go and look at all what the other people are doing. Who among them is thinking towards this direction? You have seen Mr. Peter Obi in Egypt trying to look at how
yes,
Egypt.
Hussaini, that is about campaign.
Let me land on this one.
And I think it's not
please, let me land on
time
this one,
for campaign.
so that we can understand.
The question I am asking is the workability of the coalition. But from what you are saying, it appears that you and Peter Obi believe that you can stand on your own. I mean, because you have certain votes kept somewhere, loyal members, just the way Buhari had this ahead of 12 million votes.
What we are saying is just clear.
Okay.
What we want to see is that I have a full bucket of water that I want, a full bucket. And you from the other side, you want us to work together. I want to see your own bucket of water. The well I'm taking my water, I have water inside. The well, they are taking their water from the north. There is no water there. Somebody took 63% of that water.
How do you mean?
Are you saying
Atiku's nearly 6 million or over have evaporated to where? I think he still has those numbers.
Nearly 6.9 million votes.
I think where are they now? Are you saying that they are no longer with him?
Peter Obi get 6.1 million votes.
Yes. Are you saying Atiku has lost his own, reservoir?
No, I'm just trying to take you. I'm just trying to take you where I'm going to go to.
All right.
If you listen, you understand, you learn. So what I'm saying is that Atiku got 6.9 million votes from an existing party with governors and House of Rep members and structure. Peter Obi get 6.1 million votes without structure, with no any governor. Then Mr. Peter Obi won 11 states plus Abuja, which is 12 states. Atiku Abubakar won 12 states, outright winning. And Mr. President Tinubu won 12, and one state goes to Congo. So that's 7 states, including Abuja. What we are saying is that at that moment, that presidential candidate that they brought in the name of APC presidential candidate Tinubu, is that he came in the mantra that was sold to the North. And the North voted him wholeheartedly and voted for that person. What happened at the background, we don't want to know. But we know the vote came from the North. So what we are trying to see is that if you are coming to coalition, and you want to know who become what in that coalition, it's for you now to make the analysis. If we remove the PDP, which we know is having problem today, we all know that the PDP is having problem today. I even have seen a caption that what's his name? Wike is saying that he will still be in PDP and contest election against Tinubu. So that means he's going to be a minister of Tinubu administration in PDP contesting for presidential candidate. You can see the confusion.
But
Labour Party has their own problem. Labour Party has their own problem.
Yes, Hussaini.
That was built with no governor, with no structure to get 6 million votes. With what? With the capacity of the obedient movement that sold the Labour Party to Nigerians in every corner to get out to that 6 million votes and protected their vote and win Lagos.
But
and
Hussaini, you know that
Abuja,
as we speak,
which is one of the 2 major capitals in the country.
Yes,
so
but
you know
that as we speak,
to where we are.
Labour
today.
Party also has
where we are
problems,
today. What we
right?
are saying is that Atiku is maybe not going to contest on this platform of PDP. Now he's not having governors. He's not having Okoa as a sitting governor. Now he's not having all the machineries that he's supposed to, which Peter Obi has passed through that to Buhari to CPC. So what we are saying that we are now going for coalition. What we are saying, even if it's going to SDP, or Atiku is going to SDP, ADC, how are they going to start mobilizing to reach the level of what we have done as a movement, Obi the movement, so that we can have a proper coalition, so that all of us will see each other eyeball to eyeball, with a roadmap. Let me tell you, with a roadmap that if we penetrate the north,
Peter Obi is actually sitting on the fence.
We win election.
Don't you think Peter Obi is also sitting on the fence, considering that the Labour Party you've been brandishing now is also a mesh in crisis, and he is not in PDP. He hasn't given his clear face for the coalition. Don't you think at the end of the day he will be neither here nor there?
That's what I give you. I said we went into Labour Party 8 months to election. We garnered this. We don't have a governor. People say even 4 people tweeting in a room, and we get these votes. What do you remove from us? With the experience of 2023, we now go to another party, and you think that we are not going to perform better than what we have performed before. But Atiku has never done that before. We are okay with Atiku and the margins to work together with them. But what we are saying is that it's too early. What we want to see today is that what is the end role of those people around Atiku that feel Atiku? We so much believe Atiku can be a very good a coalition partner with what we are doing. But what we are saying is that
when
before you talk about this partnership, what would you do?
Hello, yes, can
in
you
your own space so that
Yes, can you hear me? I want to give this clarification. When you look at it, those votes, 6.1 or thereabout, that Peter Obi got, many are seeing them as spoiled votes now, considering that almost all the lawmakers that won under Labour Party, they have moved to where they belong. Mostly APC. And there is the likelihood even the governor will leave. Don't you think
that's what I said.
If Peter Obi repeats what he did in 2023, he will end up remaining a spoiler, because many are seeing him as a spoiler. Assuming he was with Atiku, it will have been history by now. Nobody will be talking about Aswaju.
No, it's not like that. Somebody will be talking about Swaju if the government refuses to work for Nigerians. We are mixing the two. It's not about seeing the person and giving it. That's what Peter is saying. It's not about giving it to somebody. It's about understanding that we are coming to work. And I started giving an example what he's doing with the North, what he's going to try to see, how he's going to take Nigeria from consumption, how he's going right to round Nigeria to south and south. Which that's what we want to see other people doing. Who is having the empathy to go around and now console and condole people all what this is happening? Who have the energy to see him in London, to see him in Rome? He just came back today from Rome. You understand? Who get that energy to deliver good governance to Nigeria? And we told these people, I said, if we want Atiku to be president, help him to go out, sell Atiku, show his prudence and his capacity and capability. Show him not as a president that will be like Buhari to sit in the villa. Show him as a person that will not go and be and stay in Dubai. Show him as a person that will not be traveling for medical tourism. We want his supporters to tell him the truth. Showcase yourself of the obedient movement. When we see a direction that is going to bring a new Nigeria, and Nigeria is going to get out of this problem that we have seen ourselves today in, we will follow any other person.
But if you are talking about,
even if this government that you have seen today, what is called the government that beat us, that's the APC government. If the APC government has come and is moving Nigeria forward, and things are getting right, security things are getting there, somebody is not buying private jets for himself. He's not buying a new alkaloid for himself. He's not putting in health life insurance to himself while other people are dying. When the soldiers are not complaining, why will you come here and be having this conversation that we have somebody that we are going to put against this government?
No matter how good the president
so the idea is not about picking. No, we are going to pick people based on character, competence, and capacity. If we are not discussing about Nigerian masses, we are not discussing about this thing. So what we are saying is that instead of them just to sit down and type and write something and send to the social media, They're saying that they offer Peter Obi
a vice presidential candidate.
Why don't they talk to their presidential candidate to up the game in the north?
All right.
Go into places. Talk to our people how we are going to bring this Nigeria and bring sanity and bring justice to those people that are doing injustice to Nigeria. Then everybody will happy who become what and what group is taking over from APC. But not just
the final question,
coalition and somebody spoiler because he didn't connect just to get more.
Yes, okay. The final question, because we have come to the end of the program. We have less than 1 minute, please. Do you think, with the way things are going, Atiku on the left, Peter Obi on the right, Konkoso somewhere, all other contenders in different places, don't you think you people are clearing the pathway for Tinubu to emerge as president again in 2027? You shall answer this in less than 1 minute, please.
Okay. Quickly, I think it's not going to change anything. What is going to change Nigeria and the effect of what Nigerians are going to pass through, it good governance. The conversation of all this, for example, Atiku is a king and a kingmaker. He can be there and he can support somebody to be there. Peter Obi is a king and a kingmaker too. He can be there, he can support somebody to be there, even if he's not going to get the vice presidential candidate. But the truth of the matter is, we have to judge everybody and the coalition in respect of what are they going to bring as a change to Nigerians, not for us to continue just dashing people a country to lead for free of charge without any social contract.
So you still believe that there is hope before maybe May next year they will arrive at a certain consensus?
Of course, even if we have agreed today, we cannot announce it today. We have to wait when the time reach and it's ripe for us to put forward, so that at least those people that they are going to use to destabilize us or to cause confusion will not be having much time. And also now, because people rely on government for what they will eat and also the appointment for their children and for themselves and contract, we will not be happy to open up what we are planning to do. But we have plan A, we have plan B, we have plan C. But all the plans, we have put them to align them directly for the need for a new Nigeria. Those actions that we are going to take to change the course of Nigeria today, not just to make somebody a president, even if that person is Peter Obi.
All right, thank you very much, Hussaini Ibrahim, key political ally of Peter Obi, the 2023 Labour Party presidential candidate. Thank you for joining us from Kaduna, and we hope to have you some other time.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
And viewers, that's a wrap on today's package. Join us tomorrow for another interesting edition of Daily Politics. From here, bye-bye, I'm Hamza Idris.